Itseo heza diabolos. Itseo heza sata. 40 minutes basically of me talking on this subject down the drain. Separate, packages, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, that whole thing. But all of a sudden, phone I say jam. I get a phone blind dog, but I don't phone say jam. Nah, bruh, my phone don't jam. My phone don't jam. But anyway, fuck. Sorry for fuck, but especially since the topic at hand, there must be certain things that I must exclude. Who wrote the Bible? Who wrote the Bible? Because there's many that would have you believe that a group of mean, mad white men, bro. Anything, I ain't go edit. I didn't edit the others, but I ain't go edit none of this. This is just gonna be off the cuff. I didn't edit the others, but they went way more smoothly. And I wish I had that back. Who wrote the Bible? They have you think that the Bible was written by some group of mean, mad white men, and some will use even the Council of Nicaea. They don't even know what the function of the Council of Nicaea was. They don't even, these people, they're not even a part of anything serious biblically, but they want to speak as though they have some degree of authority when it comes to comments on scripture. You can talk about your personal experience of scripture and a personal experience that you've had with the gospel, but to overlay the whole gospel and cheapen it with your retarded, sophistic, pseudo-intellectual nonsense, it's like, respect the gospel. Even if you don't respect the followers of the gospel, anyone who's Christian that you know, even if you don't respect them, respect the gospel, respect that people died for this, respect that. Don't come here acting like you know what you're talking about. Well, you're a dumbass, bro. Like, at least in this domain, you dumb as fuck. You could have an IQ of 70,000. You could have an IQ of 70,000 if, when you don't know what you're talking about on this subject, it's worse than when you don't know what you're talking about on other things. So just know what things are sacred and what things are important and what things aren't. There's people who died for this shit. And there's people who will die for this shit. So just like, relax. If you don't know, don't. Now I'm spending a sizable portion of this video just reprimanding motherfuckers. If you don't know, it's okay. Like, nobody whose heart and mind and soul are in the right place is gonna, beef with you over you don't know something on the Bible. But anyway, where does it come from? Who wrote the Bible? It's an important question. But my problem is people like ask it like sarcastically, like, and the implication is always that like somebody like sat down and was like, how can I confuse people? And then specifically the Hotep types, they're like, they think like a group of white people came together and they're like, how can we make black people believe this? For some reason, it's black people specifically. They cut out the Chinese and the Indians and all them. And like, China is not really a Christian country by any means. They even have their own calendar. Some people don't even know that our calendar is Christian. The way we count history is Christian. BC, AD. Whether you are a Christian, you're not a Christian, you've used BD, you've used AD, or at least you know what it means. Maybe that's too gracious for some people to say they even fucking know what AD means, but they've seen it. The Bible comes from an oral tradition, ancient Israelite oral tradition, that lasted 1,500 years. 1,500 years orally, the history of the tribes of Israel and how they came to be and how this world came to be was passed down orally for 1,500 years. The Bible is not a book. It's not Harry Potter. It's not any book you've read or any book you will read. It's a library. It is a collection of books by different authors at different times. The first and the last book in the Bible are separated by 1,200 years. 1,200 years separating the first book and the last book of the Bible. They have different authors. Just like we have tribes on this patch of land. Ancient Israel used to have tribes. I don't want to say modern Israel. I don't even want to get into that subject because modern Israel is something else. But ancient Israel used to have tribes. And those tribes had an oral culture for like 1,500 years. They had an oral culture just like we had an oral culture before. Europeans came over here, people from England, people from wherever, the Netherlands. They came here and they introduced writing. And this is not no black self-hate nonsense, because they always also level that at you. Whenever you're not a hope type person and you happen to be black, you hate yourself, or you hate your people like you that look like you in terms of the color of the skin. Or it could be just like you're wrong. That's it. Like, it's simply sometimes you're just wrong. Before writing came over here, there was no writing on this patch of land. Writing was introduced by Europeans on this patch of land. On this patch of land. And I want to be specific when I say that on this patch of land in Africa, there was no writing before white people came here. And so history was transmitted orally. That was the same. Scripture talks about the 12 tribes of Israel. These were actual tribes. Just like you have tribes, Umsotho, Umzulu, Umxhosa, Motswana, you have your tribe. They had that in ancient Israel. And the unification of that tribe came when, they established it, they came together, and now it became the kingdom of Israel. It was Israel now. Yes, that they separated afterwards, and then it became the kingdom of Israel and then the kingdom of Judah. That's another thing. But the Bible was not written in the Council of Nicaea. That was not the function of the Council of Nicaea. This is brought up a lot of times, this Council of Nicaea thing. They made it up. The Council of Nicaea made the Bible up. The Bible existed way before. The gospel existed way before the Council of Nicaea. Way before. They were writing down things that were already practiced, not even just said. They were taking from different places on the planet things that were already practiced, and then saying, okay, this is established, this is canon, this is part of the Christian tradition. So whites did not write the Bible. The ancient Israelites are the